Hello, in this video we're going to go over problem A2 from the 2019 Putnam math competition. So this is a rare geometry problem. In the triangle ABC, let G be the centroid and I be the center of the inscribed circle. Let alpha and beta be the angles at vertices A and B. So alpha is the angle at A, beta is the angle at B, and we are also told that the segment IG is parallel to side AB, and we want to find angle alpha, given that angle beta is twice tangent inverse of 1/3. Okay, so let's figure out how to solve this problem. So the first thing is I'm going to find the distance from I to the side AB and the distance from G to the side AB. So what is the distance from I to the side AB? That is the in radius. And what is the distance from G to side AB? Well, because this is the centroid, this is going to be the median, which means this ratio is 1 to 3. So if I call this one M, GM over CM is 1 over 3, which means if I drop a perpendicular from here, then this segment right here is a third of the altitude. So that's h sub c, and that one is a third of the altitude. So what that means is that r is equal to a third of altitude from from C to side AB. Now let's write down the formula. So what is the in radius? The in radius is the area divided by semi-perimeter. So that's 1/3 of h sub c. Now let's write down the area. Area is 1/2 h sub c times c, and let's multiply by s semi-perimeter to see what we get. So clearing the common term of h sub c, we get 3c is equal to 2s, which means 3c is equal to the perimeter a plus b plus c, which means 2c is equal to a plus b. Now we'll have to find a relation between angles. Well, since we are given a relation between sides, we can find a relation between angles by using law of sine. So we know that a over sine A is equal to 2r, b over sine B, and c over sine B are all equal to sine C, or all equal to 2r. So we can replace each one of them using r and the angle. So we get 2 times c is going to be 2r sine C. A is going to be 2r sine A. I'm going to use alpha here. They gave us alpha. And 2r sine beta. Now, the 2r cancels from both sides, and because a plus b plus c, the angles add up to 180, I can write this down as 2 sine of alpha plus beta equals sine of alpha plus sine of beta. So this is what I'm given, and I'm also given that beta is twice tan inverse of 1/3. So let's find out what is sine of beta and cosine of beta and plug it into this formula. So if you look at this one, this gives us that beta over 2 is tan inverse of a third, and beta over 2 is of course an acute angle. So this is beta over 2. Tan of that is equal to 1/3. So this would be, by the Pythagorean theorem, that would be root 10. So that means cosine of beta over 2 is equal to 3 over root 10, and sine of beta over 2 is equal to 1 over root 10. From here, we can get sine of beta as 2 sine beta over 2 times cosine of beta over 2. This is twice. Sine of beta over 2 is 1 over root 10, 3 over root 10. So we get 3 over 5. And because of that, of course, cosine of beta would become 4 over 5. But we can also get that from 2 cosine squared of beta over 2 minus 1, which is 2 times 9 over 10 minus 1. And that gives you 8 over 10, which is 4 over 5. Now, sine of beta and cosine of beta are found, so now we can plug it into the given formula, the formula that we obtained. So 2 sine of alpha plus beta, this is what we got, is equal to sine alpha plus sine beta. So we'll expand this. This is twice sine of alpha cosine of beta. Cosine of beta is 4/5 plus cosine of alpha sine of beta, which is 3/5, equals sine of alpha plus sine of beta, which is, we found sine of beta to be 3/5. Okay, so now we can clear the denominator. We get 8 sine of alpha plus 6 cosine of alpha is equal to 5 sine of alpha plus 3. Now we can cancel sine of alpha. We get 3 sine alpha plus 6 cosine of alpha is equal to 3, which gives you sine of alpha plus twice cosine of alpha is equal to 1. Now we can solve this one for, let's say, cosine of alpha and see what we get. So we're going to get sine of alpha equals, we're going to square that, 1 minus 2 cosine of alpha squared, so that we can write down everything in terms of cosine. So we get 1 minus cosine squared of alpha is equal to 1 plus 4 cosine squared alpha minus 4 cosine of alpha. This gives us, so this would be 5 cosine squared of alpha. Ones cancel from both sides. That is equal to 4 cosine of alpha. So this gives us two possibilities. Either cosine of alpha is 0 or cosine of alpha is 4/5. Let's see what happens in the two cases. If cosine of alpha is 0, then I would get sine of alpha is 1 because it's in the first or second quadrant, and we do have the equality that we have here. So this is in fact one possible scenario. If cosine of alpha is 4/5, because alpha is between 0 and pi, sine of alpha is going to be 3/5. So when we look at sine of alpha plus 2 cosine of alpha, which was supposed to be 1, we get 3/5 plus 8/5, which is more than 1. So that doesn't work. So this means cosine of alpha is 0, which means the angle is pi over 2. And this brings you to the end of this video. So I will see you in the next video.